Hey guys, Melinda Haynes, license number 102308. So why will going gray rock or going no contact most likely fail? Okay, well there's a couple of reasons and they have to do with both people involved. Okay, so first I'm going to start with the partner or the person who is not the narcissist. Now I'll say we because I don't think I'm a narcissist. I might be. I mean, hey, you can leave your comments if that's the case. But we're hooked. Usually we're hooked. We want their approval. We want their attention. We want, their affection. And we've spent so much time buying into the relationship and buying into trying to get them to collaborate with us. Hey, here's this logic. Hey, here's, my feelings. Hey, here's the way a relationship works. We've tried all of these things, and because they haven't fully taken that bait for us to be the person that's speaking logic and love and all this into their lives, we still are connected, right? We still have this like, this has to work. Plus, if they're a significant other, they've given us a lot of love bombing or whatever it is in order for us to really feel connected to them and really want to make this work. Even if it's kind of a love-hate, painful kind of situation, we still are invested. So for that reason, it's very difficult to just do that because it's like a drug almost. We're addicted to it. We need to have this person be in our lives. We need to have this person's attention. So first of all, just going cold turkey or whatever, just trying to not engage with them is difficult. Then you have the person, the narcissist that is, like, wait a second, I don't like to be ignored. I don't like this game you're playing. You're not supposed to do this. And then they try their techniques to get us, back in their lives. And so that may be, they're calling a lot or texting, or they're doing something that's making us be like, hey, why weren't you doing that when you were with me? And so then we're interested in that kind of thing. They don't want to be ignored. I mean, I'm going to say that again, because they need that attention from us as well. So just the way we feel hooked, they also feel hooked to a degree. Now, the narcissist does have some, I guess you can say, defense mechanisms or ineffective coping skills where they've set themselves up to be grandiose and more important maybe than, an average person. And so they might use some of those techniques to kind of fight back once we go gray rock or once we go no contact. Okay, so you have to expect these kinds of things. So you've got those two different, polar opposites kind of happening at the same time. We're like, I can't do this. It's too hard. I really miss this person. I need to, stay away from them even though it hurts. And then you've got this other person like, I'm sorry. Please forgive me for what I've done wrong. And, doing all this extra stuff, saying the things we want to hear, doing the things we want them to do. And so it's very hard to resist. Also, when we're in, let's say, a family situation or, it could be an extended relative, it could be a relationship, whatever it is. We are here with this person and we're trying to do the flat face thing and not respond to anything they're saying, and they're like going on and on and on. If they notice that, they're going to make it worse. They're going to elevate. They're going to pump up the volume to a level that we're not anticipating. And so we're sitting there thinking like, I know what they're going to do. They're going to say this, they're going to say that. And so we go gray rock. Well, they said this and they said that when we were engaging. Once we go gray rock and we're not participating, then that's when they turn up the volume, and that's when we have more to deal with. And so then it gets to the point where we crack. And we're like, okay, fine, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna respond. I'm gonna come back at you with something. I'm gonna put you in your place. Well, what that teaches them is I just need to keep pushing harder and harder. Like eventually she'll give in. Eventually she'll break if I just keep pushing the buttons. So what we've actually done is reinforce the narcissistic behavior by saying, if you keep up this technique, it's eventually going to work. You can kind of think of it in the way as if you're a parent and the child, screams in the grocery store, and we give them, the toy that they want or the candy that they want. We're basically teaching them, if you throw a fit, especially if you throw a fit out in public, we'll give you what you want. Same thing if they're mom, and you're like, shh, not now, wait a second, please, that kind of thing, just having them to have patience. if they keep going and then you're finally like, I give in, here you go, here's whatever you want, yes, you can go do this, or yes, here's the money for that. If you give in, you know, in effect, what you're teaching your child is, you know, be persistent, just keep bugging, keep whining, whatever it is, you know, just keep doing it and you'll eventually get your way. You'll eventually make mom crack. It's the same kind of concept in working with the narcissist. If we give in at some point, we're teaching them that same kind of behavior, we're reinforcing it. So don't do the gray rock or the no contact thing unless this is like absolutely 100% what you want. You know for sure. You know, you don't care that it's potentially treatable. You don't care that there's maybe a different way to interact. You don't care anymore. That's not what you want. You're done, you're done, you're done. At that point, yes, go ahead and do your moving on thing. But in the meantime, if you're not sure and you're still hoping for that, you know, maybe that change or something different, and you're just trying this as like a technique to like teach them a lesson or to get them to get on board, you know, with you and your way of thinking, don't do it as that kind of technique, because it's only going to backfire on you, and then you're going to end up feeling frustrated and kind of maybe upset with yourself for not being able to follow through. So I have some other videos out there with some different techniques and stuff that we could do. So try those out. If you have any comments or questions, please let me know. Thanks for watching.